President Mialis, Dean Bowman, Attorney Morse, Attorney Hoffman, Judge Dubose, soon to be Attorney Ireland, and newly minted what else? Good afternoon. My name is Michael Donnelly-Boylen. My pronouns are he, him, his, and I am the Associate Dean for Enrollment and Strategic Initiatives here at Roger Williams University School of Law. Let me formally begin tonight's chorus by welcoming you to Roger and its School of Law. We are very excited for the class of 2025 and our newest Law Hawks. I'm going to tell you a little bit about this exciting class and give you a sense of who you will be embarking on this law school journey with. Look around you. The group you see here tonight will be your support system for the next 3 years, and likely well beyond. Now do me a favor. Raise your hand if you're not from Rhode Island. If you look around the room, 74% of you are not from Rhode Island, essentially 3/4 of your class. Now, leave your hands up if you're not from Rhode Island. Lower them if you're not from Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, I'm missing a state, Vermont. If you're not from those states, if you're not from New England, leave your hand up. Sorry. Keep it up. If you look around, it's half of your class is not from New England. I want you to realize how many of you have come from far and wide to join us here on the shores of the Mount Hope Bay. Welcome. We hope you enjoyed here as much as we do. And to introduce you to the state of Rhode Island, tonight, right after this speaking program, there will be a small reception just outside that allows you to sample a taste of some uniquely Rhode Island treats. Grab a local in your class and let them explain. You're all welcome to join us. The most represented state in your class is Rhode Island, with 26% of your class. 14% of your class comes from Massachusetts, and another 14% comes from New York. New Jersey residents make up 7% of your class, and folks from Connecticut make up 5%. There are 7 Texans and 7 Floridians in your class. And a fun fact, there are more people in your class from Idaho than New Hampshire and Vermont combined. There are a wide number of undergraduate schools represented in the class of 2025. Here's just a small sample of the schools that sent us 2 or more students this year. Arizona State, Holy Cross, Cornell, Loyola Maryland, the University of Houston, the University of Miami, and Boise State. President Mialis, I am pleased to tell you that Roger Williams is our top undergraduate feeder school once again this year, with 15 students enrolling. Go Hawks. Other than Roger, our biggest feeder schools are URI, the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth, Providence College, John Jay College in New York City, Rhode Island College, and Wheaton College in Massachusetts. Here's an interesting fact. 1 in 5 of your classmates majored in political science. 58% of your class identifies as female. 41% identifies as male, with 1% not falling into the gender binary. This continues a long-standing tradition here at the law school of being majority female. The average age of your class is 26. That is higher than normal for us. In fact, 15% of your class is over the age of 30. Some other interesting facts about your class. 1 in 4 of your classmates was the first in their family to attend college. 1 in 4 of your classmates identifies as a student of color. Your class speaks 15 languages. 8% of your class is fluent in Spanish. It's going to go long. 4% in French and 2% in Russian. You also speak Luganda, Mandarin, American Sign Language, Japanese, Arabic, Polish, Tagalog, Korean, Portuguese, and Brazilian Portuguese, Punjabi, and Urdu. Professor Gonzalez, who runs our immigration clinic, is going to be very excited. The largest hometown in your class is not Cranston, Rhode Island. That's just the #1 hometown of our Rhode Islanders. New York City is actually the place where the largest number of you have been living this past year. 9% of your class went to community college and earned an associate's degree before enrolling in a bachelor's program. 4 of you have already published academic papers. 3% of your class served in the military. Thank you for your service. And at least 3% of your class are parents. This is the easiest class. You guys are really on it. 13% of your class identifies as members of the LGBTQ+ community. There are 9 Division I athletes in your class. They played field hockey, football, golf, lacrosse, rowing, and gymnastics. One of you even won the National Dance Championship. The most common employer in your class is a little unusual. 8 of you worked for either the YMCA or the YWCA. The most common job we found other than paralegals, 13 of you are or were lifeguards. Another fun fact, there are 5 Eagle Scouts in your class. One of the themes that came across really quickly as we reviewed your applications is that your class is extremely musical. Whether it's a cappella, church choir, the UCLA marching band, or opera. You also play a range of instruments, including flute, saxophone, tuba, and cello. I sense a class of 2025 band coming soon. In your class, you will find teachers, police officers, handymen, accountants, even a member of the Rhode Island House of Representatives. Someone in your class was a research analyst for the Utah State Auditor. Someone else worked in South Korea for a nonprofit that deals with maritime border issues, while someone else founded a nonprofit health clinic in Uganda. Classmates have worked for immigration agencies in Arizona, as guardian ad litems in Florida, and even as New York City election inspectors. Someone worked at a nonprofit in Maine, helping COVID patients without homes find a place to recover. And another drafted a federal bill promoting gun control. Someone in your class was even a 2-time debate champion in Pakistan. You have interned for Senator Collins, Portman, and White House, as well as Congressman Lance of New Jersey, Langevin of Rhode Island, Long of Maryland, McCall of Texas. You have been very active politically on both sides of the aisle. You've told us some interesting facts about yourself. Like one of you consults for an oyster company. Another one is a yoga podcaster. Someone ran antique auctions. And one of you is so into Taylor Swift that you included it on your resume. I really like your vibe, I have to admit. I want to stop here for a moment and acknowledge that some of you spent all your free time working just to make it through college financially. We also see you. We see you if you worked as a barista at Starbucks, sold Panera in Vegas, served pie in Maine, delivered Domino's in Idaho, or worked your way up at Penske Trucks. And for the person in your class who worked at McDonald's, I see you in particular. 6 years here myself through both high school and college. I know some of you right now are sitting here thinking you don't belong here, that somehow I made a mistake admitting you. Imposter syndrome is real. Let me tell you a story I've never shared here publicly. When I first started here at Roger Williams, one of the faculty members nonchalantly asked me where my father worked. I froze, unsure how to answer. You see, the answer was a law firm, but not in the way the professor meant it. My dad was the janitor. In that moment, I was sure I did not belong here. That moment has stuck with me for many years, but I stand here today. Some of you are going to have moments just like that, when something or someone makes you feel like you don't belong here. Roger Williams is not perfect, but I promise you, we are trying. If I belong at this podium, I assure you that you belong in that seat. I did not make a mistake. And for those of you who struggle with imposter syndrome, trust me when I tell you that many of us feel like we are just faking it until we make it too. I also promise you that many more of your classmates will feel that way over the next few weeks. Let's all work to normalize discussing and the fact that we're feeling that way. Your class marks a personal milestone for me. You are the 20th class I've had the privilege of admitting to Roger Williams. My team and I are excited to be on this journey with you. Those of us in the admissions office have been eagerly awaiting you for a very long time. We won't be forgetting about you, and I ask you not to forget about us. Many of you have met our team of student admissions counselors. We hope that some of you in the future will join that team, helping to bring in the next generation of law hawks, especially if you have TikTok skills. Yes, you can follow the School of Law's ridiculousness on TikTok. I am very excited to see all that the class of 2025 will achieve as they learn the tools that will allow them to change the world. On behalf of all of us at Roger Williams University, welcome to law school.